Oof. Okay. This is gonna sound kind of bad, but I think I'm fading away. Nah, I'm kidding. But seriously though, my stamina was kind of flip-flopping earlier. It was like, do I want to do beat-em-ups today? Should I just cancel Disco Elysium? Go nuts. Go do some more Yakuza? But then it's like, I don't know about that, Captain. And, I think I'm just gonna settle on doing this for... Well, it's probably gonna be one of those 2 hours because Kaku's too exhausted. Although, knowing me, there's a very high likelihood this might get extended if I'm interested. And with this game's track record, I think the chances of that happening is pretty damn high. I'll have to say. Like, I'm pretty sure it's high. That I will probably keep going. Oh, right. I guess I should use this time to do a little small talk. Just a little. Okay, so, Christmas. Okay, maybe not Christmas. Oh, shit. Oops. Shit. Wait. Oh, never mind. Reddit's new layout is really confusing. So, anyways. So, a little small talk. I think we might go through with that, very questionable holiday hangout where I will, probably, I don't know. Let's see. What's on the list? I'll probably belt out a shit ton of Yakuza songs. Mostly because I have no shame when it comes to singing Yakuza songs, and I could do that in my sleep. Maybe throw out a few harmonica tunes and just, bear the soul out and try to be like my idols, even though I sound like goddamn dog shit. I've been actually practicing one, except I still sound fucking terrible. And the only reason I even have any semblance of confidence is probably because there are no covers for the songs I want to sing. Which is sad, but at the same time, it bolsters my confidence in that, well, I can't fuck up what doesn't exist. And, wow, that sounds like some goofy-ass Disco Elysium logic. I might be too influenced by this game. Then again, I might be too influenced by GTA San Andreas, given that I keep yelling at the guys in, the Outlast trials before I toss bricks at them. It's like, you think you're hard, huh? It's like, shit. I've been around CJ a little bit too much for my own good. Anyway. Let's see if we can figure this out. Oh, wait. There's a stupid perception check I want to see if I can nail. Probably later, though. Actually, you know what? Forget it. We're gonna see if we can nail this right now.
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling-height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers. There's a little slide panel up there to let some air in. Nothing.
Nope. This is, oh boy, we're about to do a big dum-dum for a while. I should probably just level up perception. In fact, that might just be easier to do. Just level perception, Kaku. Just level perception. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Because we have quite a number of things to do. And you know, it's like, I thought about just, seeking some action and whatnot, but maybe it's for the best,
The tear
relax.
machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
Okay, let's see here. I really ought to figure a way to get more real.
Welcome to Revachol.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
Kim sure has some strong
The
feelings about
lieutenant's
all this.
impassive mask has been replaced with intensity. He speaks not as a cop, but as a citizen. He is Vacholier.
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
Oh, come on, man. I just said, welcome to Revachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here.
Ah,
but
so
I
that's
should
what's going
watch
on.
myself
Well-
and behave.
Well, Kim's my partner. I can't stand for this shit.
But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Whatever you say, officers. Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. I haven't seen anything that funny in a while. God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
He doesn't live in Martinaise.
Drugs? They're shit, man. I don't let anything pollute my body. You know where that shit comes from? Sarah Miriza, Safre, Ilmara. They take the money from our local junkies here and then use it to outcompete us in the manufacturing sector. They know they can't beat us in a fair fight, so they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow. It's racial sabotage, racial economic sabotage. Not in, not out. I'll never betray the purity of my tribe.
So you're telling us that you don't know anything about drug smuggling through Terminal B?
I don't know shit. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you. What do you think? I can't leave the lorry unguarded. Stuff's been getting looted lately. It's those little kips sneaking around at night. If they touch my stuff, the bosses will be on my ass like ass cancer. Yeah, I knew that guy. He was an honest driver who loved this country. We were having a good debate about genetics at the Wheeling in Rags when some kip boys smashed his lock and took damn near everything. Lost his fucking job over it. Since he left, I haven't had anyone to talk to.
If they were getting drunk inside the whirling in rags, how could they know who broke into the lorry?
What? Aren't we allowed to say that it's the kips who do all the stealing around here? That's not road to science, man. Isn't it obvious? Fucking Sealang, that beady-eyed South Samaran. His little side business is a scam. I wouldn't be surprised if he was peddling drugs as well. He's a Samaran guy who likes to pretend he's some kind of businessman. Really, he's just selling his employer stuff. Stuff he stole after he broke the seals on his Humanox lorry. Just follow the smell. It smells like apricot and oil when you're nearby.
Yes, yes. Where is he?
Looks like I offended your partner there. Too bad. Sea Lang's usually a little bit south of here, near the canal. You can't miss him. Just watch yourselves. His tribe are natural liars. It's in their blood. He's your man, all right. 100%.
I wouldn't be so sure about it. Not until we've heard what Sea Lang himself has to say.
Guess so. Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation. Apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Look, as detective, I come from a long line of lorrymen. We got ancient rights and privileges. Oh, I'm here to pick up a load of fucking apples, man. Just regular Koiko picked apples.
Koiko may be another derogative. For a person from Grad, you think?
Yep, it's one of their main exports. They grow him down South Yekokata. A beautiful place. Got great scenic vistas.
In fact, Yekokata is a desolate wasteland whose name literally translates to Zone of Ecological Catastrophe. It features no scenic vistas and supports virtually no plant or animal life.
Good old encyclopedia coming in
Yeah?
handy.
Says who? Then, I guess they grow apples somewhere else. You can never really tell with those koikos. They're everywhere, except their own homes.
He means the people living in Grad.
Yeah, you know, Gradniks, Gradvolk, those degenerates from Grad. Hey, if the name and description fit by the very grace of nature, who am I to say otherwise? Did you miss the part where I said they aren't here yet? Besides, even if I did have some, I wouldn't go putting my nose in them, huh?
Relax. You've got all you can get here. He probably doesn't even know what he's hauling, even if it is something unsavory.
Let's see. I need to see Everett.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods.
Hey, Sprocket. Might be a quote-unquote short session. We'll see. I am, my eyes are feeling a little heavier than usual, and I'm trying to fight it, but,
Philip III,
I'm losing.
the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV, the insane.
I might be determined, but even I can't defeat sleep. Or rather, the need to sleep.
Not a good track record of mental health in that family. Even by the standards of the Philippian kings, old sumptuous Philip was known for his profligacy. Well, he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers, the suzerain of Revachol. His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy. During the anti-centennial revolution, an end to his family line and the monarchy on the Insulindian Isola. Stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber, where he stored unfathomable wealth. Krugerrands, bars of gold, ornate weaponry, armor, and various chalices. He called it the Sol Aurum, It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon, instead of a bed, like a normal person.
The man certainly knew how to live.
But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction. You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry. He was also a prodigious snorter of nose candy. Not just any nose candy, though. We're talking Royal Philippian Blow, allegedly twice as potent as the stuff you find nowadays, and purple. Philippian cocaine was purple. That's what the revolutionaries said 150 years later, right before they emptied out the royal mausoleum and dumped His Majesty's mortal remains in the Insulindian Bay. Cocaine. His Majesty's courtiers said it helped him connect with the higher realms, beneath the cold waters of the Insulindian Bay, thrown there by the revolutionaries after they cleaned out the royal mausoleum. A group of marble pleurons still surround the king's vandalized tomb. A deathly cold wind sweeps up candy wrappers, and the original was blown apart by communards, then
Should
further
I keep
damaged
going?
during the
Damn,
landing of
I just
the
wanted
coalition's
the
airships
EXP.
during the turn-of-the-century revolution, when Martinaise was leveled. Most historians think the coalition's hasty landing may have ultimately saved the statue. If the communards had more time, they would have reduced it up to even finer pieces. Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be ironic to restore the statue of the most wasteful ruler of Revachol in the poorest part of the city. The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time, a rare butterfly trapped in amber, floating on a sea of shit. People in Martinaise tend to disagree, as do many
Preached
art
free
critics
market
and
for
thought leaders
9
with
times.
more nuanced social awareness than the young ironists. Philip III, the squanderer, however, with his bronze face up in the air, doesn't seem concerned about what the hoi polloi think of him in death. Not that he ever did in life either.
Alright, well, that was a lot of info. Okay, let's see. Right, I need to sell something, get the money, but more importantly, get a map. I also need to see Everett. Oh wow, I almost said Everett Gauge. I think I'm thinking of,
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
What's that magazine she's reading?
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
I just want to sell things, man.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything. I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so... I don't know, really... long? Not really. No. I didn't know him at all. I don't know.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything, let us know, okay?
Okay. Uh-huh. A warehouse? I don't know. Maybe. I don't really care what Frit does.
She scrunches up her face into an expression of consummate adolescent skepticism.
Fine. Frit doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay?
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint-Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo. Their logo is the bloodless rose, pure white, untouched by harm.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
You see several packaged raincoats. Fill.
I need to sell something.
A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol there, in that dark green glass.
No. I have too much willpower for this shit.
Is this about the questions again? 'Cause a warehouse.
She looks up.
Fine. For it doesn't...
Okay. I need to know how to sell items. Because this is probably important. Let's see. Oh, I go to the pawn shop. Okay, let's try to figure out the pawn shop at least. Gonna be kinda bad if I don't know where this is. What's up here?
Nobody betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Don't say anything. Size him up first.
Are you admiring my morphophysiology? It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm, Sandwich. You are not in danger. Because you are not a threat to me. What is this androgynous display of sexual maturity?
Merely standing up makes you sweat profusely.
Stop it. You are embarrassing yourself in front of this woman and your pedomorphic friend.
What? This guy's calling Kim... No, I'm not letting him get away with
this
this.
display of weakness may appeal to older women with a stronger maternal instinct, but it is a liability here on Battlefield Martinaise.
Jean-Luc, his body is betraying his degeneracy pretty hard. Maybe you can ask him to leave.
That is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb to Al Ghul. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick. Your mouth moves, but the one who speaks is Al Ghul. You are but a vessel for the Ghul now. Very little of yourself remains. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
Show him the ham still got it. Does this remind you of someone? The guy down there?
Willingly calling yourself a ham sandwich, how far the Occidental haplogroup has fallen. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful
Maybe
weapons
I
of
should have
war
tried to
like
stand up to
missiles
him.
and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Khoikos. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture. You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
We still need to get into the harbor. There's an interview to conduct. There must be another way.
Last we saw, your race was being superseded by the Seminese. It is my task to keep the degenerate drunks from entering the harbor. Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history. Bring your troops to the Seminine Islands, and the walls will be lined.
I think we need to use physical force.
Last we saw, your... That is right.
Damn.
You should leave the stage of history. Bring your troop to your walls.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Meshahed's race theory. He would take you as one of his own. Well, not as such. What you do with a mastery of advanced race theory is up to you.
Alright, that's it. I don't care if this is gonna take a bunch.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go. Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
There must be some friction there. He's keeping it well hidden, however.
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront international
Let's try to think
capital,
before we resort
which is
to
something
my
your race
favorite
naivistic communists never
activity
did.
in this game.
Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic. Jam. Individualism. You have gotten these ideas from degenerate youth culture, have you not? You have picked them up from rock and roll songs?
Hell no. I'm all about that disco inferno, baby.
Offshoots of the Seminese people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It is a shame upon my race. But what is done is done. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminese race. What you need is to come to terms with extinction and never getting into this harbor.
I think this racist is better than the last, but the next racist will be the really good one.
That will be the
There always is.
Race is reality.
He does not so much as glance at the object.
Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it.
He had nothing to do with it.
I don't want to subscribe to his advanced race theory. I don't want to disappoint Kim here.
Your race descent has
But
only
let's see what it does.
worsened since the last.
Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Do you?
The lieutenant looks toward the harbor's electronic door, and then to you. He lets out an audible sigh.
You are obviously a liberal, Sailite. A polyculturalist. I can see it from your love of microtechnology and your sartorial choices. Do not deny your friend the truth you have denied yourself. There are 3 categories of race. Type A, the heroic races. Type B, the servile races. And the vile CF race cauldron of pederasty. Which one do you need education on?
Let's go with the weird one first.
I knew you would go straight for the vile cauldron. Everyone does. You need to first learn about Type A and B to appreciate the depravity of the chimeric races.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise, it just won't make any sense.
Yes, it would seem nonsensical.
Those are the Simonese, the Areopagites, and the Occidentals, excluding the Maun, of course. The Maun are riddled with eczema to the point where they find it impossible to smile. They are all lactose intolerant.
Man, what the
A
hell
common
are these
result of
facts?
inbreeding. A receding genetic pool has led the Maun on reprehensible street parades. In Maun cities like Stadskanal and Vredefort, wearing wooden clogs on their feet and little green tassels on their hats. You know them by the names of their nation states. The Oranese, the Gotwaldians, and the Königsteiners. My people simply call them Maun.
Mahoon is a derogative term for first world people of Gotwaldian descent. They do not all have eczema. Also, people of Katla, like the Suru and the Uhu, are much more lactose intolerant. In some municipalities of Oranje, people do wear shoes made of wood to street parades. Green,
Shoes
orange,
made of wood
and even
sounds
yellow tassels
painful.
have also been seen on hats.
The Maun are proof that you can have too much Occidental racial purity and tassel-centric culture. Inbreeding has led to a lactose-intolerant subrace whom no one can take seriously. The Vespertines and Messenians of Vesper and Messina, the ancient Meteorans of Meteo by the golden Pisantic Sea, the Suren of Sur-la-Clé, and even the North Königsteiners, all have Type A race propensities. The other large Mondial civilization, the Mesk, are too yellow and oleaginous to count as a heroic race. True, they are violent and expansionist, but they have a glandular problem. Overproduction of sebum. Sebum is
Sebum.
leaking into their brains, making them listen to El
El
Mariachi
Mariachi
and eat
music.
toxic minced meat-based food, which in turn only produces more sebum.
This is some kooky ass logic.
As proven by the Maun and the Mesk, Occidental Type A is in retrograde. The Simonese and the Areopagites are on the ascent. The indigenous people of this, the Insulindian archipelago, The Simonese inhabit the southern islands. I am Simonese, from the stock of Ulmruir on Ile de Fantôme. The Areopagites are the master race of the Ile Maran deserts. The Simonese are descendants of the Areopagites.
I should have
We
just
came
gone
here
for physical.
during a
Damn.
heroic migration from Ile Marat to Ansuland. Thousands of years before the lactose-intolerant Maun Occidentals discovered this place. The Areopagites are sleek, long-headed. The Simonese are powerful, mesomorphic. The former is an immutable progenitor, unchanged since the Super Isola of Pericarnassus. Ancient brains rest in their slender skulls. The latter is perfected and adapting. Together they form the Simeno-Areopagite or Simeopagite superrace. That is all. There are no more type A races in the world.
Nature was not capable of more.
Type B are the unheroic races, amorphous non-competitors of the great race. The Khoikos and the Vacholiers, they are mud-colored people.
The Khoikos of Grad, Yugo, Zhimsk, Shest et al. Are what you would call white, officer, in a suspect description.
To an untrained eye, the Khoiko appear white and pinkish, like a ham sandwich. But look into their eyes and you will see. They are of an indistinct muddy color, and so is their skin. Unhealthy, sweaty, and ashen.
Got my jacket on. It was getting a little cold.
Pinkness is a racial quality that has to be earned through centuries of advanced ballistic warfare and cultural domination that the Grad people have undergone for drinking alcohol and smoking the degenerate tobacco herb and for eating potato.
Alright, Al Ghul and Tabak I can agree with. But potato? How dare he? Potatoes are great. Fuck this guy.
The Khoiko, the countless micronationalities of Grad, are all inexplicably obsessed with potat. The only thing they like more is dividing into microscopic ethnostates, like political amoeba.
Wouldn't he be one for ethnostates?
They are microscopic. The Semeno-Areopagite superstate will cover the entire remaining planetary crust, uninterrupted. From Holy Semenine to the Boreal Plateau of Katla. Its leaders will be the genetic epitome of the Simonese and Areopagite stock, elected by nature, not the base inner spoilage called demos. The Vacholians, halfway between type A and the racial cauldron. Two mixed to know right from wrong. You tried your degenerate little revolution, which was the single greatest failure committed by humans in our 82,000-year history on this planet.
Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening, but that seems a little off.
The revolution came to Ravachol from Grad, in Zarath-ridden potato carts. It is literally an illness, a prion disease that leaves the parietal and frontal lobe ridden with holes. A soft, sponge-like mass of dementia, hallucination, and paranoia. The revolution is fatal familial insomnia. A hereditary
I get the feeling I should have tried
passed
punching
from
this
the
guy.
Khoiko to the Occidentals. But not sexually. Probably through trade routes and potate acid. the prime component of the potato plant. Enough of type mediocrity. Types CF are a museum of failed chimeric experiments and tragic maladaptations. They are tortured creatures waiting to be put to sleep. Your morbid interest in them worries me. Lesser races like the mosquito, a grotesque mixture of a masked woman and a Seminese man. Only possible if the mother is Basque and the father Seminese. The other way around, they fail to produce offspring. The mosquito is born sterile, like a donkey. All they have left is to ride customized motor carriages with hydraulic suspension, listening to aggressive El Mariachi music to vent their impotent despair.
It seems unlikely that two human beings produce genetically sterile offspring.
Then there is the Simino Koiki Chimera. Are you sure you wish to know of the Simino Koiki Chimera? It is not an aesthetic site. The Koiko, as you know, are very servile, especially when they meet the rich man. Racial scientists
I'm starting to
the
regret
idea of
going into
crossing
this.
the Seminese with the Koiko to produce a super worker of Seminese strength and great servility. This will never happen. The Seminese and the Koiko may have similar interbreeding problems as the mosquito. We will never know precisely. No Seminese man could maintain an erection in the suffocating potato stench of a Koiko woman or Koika. But enough. It is cruel to entertain ourselves with the deformities of Type CF. Were there any able-bodied races you needed education on? You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You have not even worded the mystery, let alone solved it. We will see.
Access to the Union is important for our investigation, but there may be another way in, without becoming a race theoretician.
Am I mildly worried he might take it seriously? The lieutenant thinks. Yes, I am, he concludes.
Lost, though. I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss, Tipere Vasholian. Your love for disco music and venereal disease? Racists are generally not very good examples of their race. I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
Maybe Kim's right, because I am wasting time here.
You exhibit forward projection of the jaw. indicative of schizophrenia and sexual inaccountability. From a purely aesthetic standpoint, the dimple in your jaw makes you look like a baby. This is not coniometry, just an observation. It is impossible to see any more of your bone structure. It is covered in the ravages of Al Ghul. From what remain of your features, I can see fleshy lips, baldness of the head, and long arms relative to lower limbs. This leads me to conclude you are not a police officer. You are a common criminal, an offspring of murderers and sailors from Sur-la-Clé and Vesper, and possibly even the degenerate sheep herders of Ubi. Your racial heritage is uninteresting. It is the same as all Revacholians. Your parents and their parents made the decision to reproduce while under the influence of Al Ghul. That is the only reason you are here.
He's right there. It's almost impossible to get it on unless you're both drunk. It's too scary when people are sober.
You know what? Fuck it. I think we're gonna have to get into a fist fight. Who's this guy, though?
You escape now? A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses. Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to scab. Or I guess, scared maybe. But scared of what? Of who? Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something. We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time. I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, "Let us cop for less money."
That sounds, that definitely sounds odd.
Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the wild north? Come to see the strife? Oh, good, good. What matters do you want to discuss with Everard? Everard's got a lot of knowledge about a lot of things, eh? Doesn't often dole it out, though. But sure, why not? I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
If it's all so simple, why don't the strikebreakers just go up the stairs?
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in. Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Seminese supremacist up there. Walk right past him. Then press the button to unlock the door. Then go past him again. And you enter the arbor through the office. Está. Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best Measurehead in a physical confrontation. Or you could convert to a Seminese supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible. Not yet, no. He's incredibly strong. Sure. Sorry. Busy surveying the situation. I'm sure you'll figure something out. You guys have all sorts of gadgets these days. Wiretapping, telescopic batons, futuristic circuit bending to infiltrate harbor machinery. Maybe you could even knock that Kowalson crane over using some remote controls. Or calling in tactical air support. You guys have air support, right? I get it. Hush hush about the secret technology.
Something changes in his disposition. A merciful smile in the corner of his eye.
All right, I may have some advice for you on how to deal with Jean-Luc there, out of solidarity to the RCM. It's low in technology, however. First, don't fight him, obviously. Second, get him to share his theory by being subordinate. Admit your lack of expertise. Basically grovel. That's how I do it. You're welcome.
Maybe that would work. We'll have to see.
The little boy had it good on his promise. To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, and the cops in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes. It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
He thinks, not yet. Better to get this business out of the way. Sweeter then.
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk Union man about some armor.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part.
What's this technical stuff?
I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia. I guess you won't be collecting them all then. That's less work for you at least. Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
Nice and balanced. Some junior officers can take care of the rest.
Smart choice. It's only that one spot you need armored too. The one the bullet hits. Good luck if you go for those boots though. You'd have an easier time wresting the spurs off a boyadero than getting them off him. No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
He is sincerely grateful he is not tracking down pieces of armor right now.
Alright, I think we need to get punched and then try this nonsense again. So I'm gonna lose health doing this fight.
Your race descent has only worsened since I
Ow.
last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
How did this happen? Your little fist is in his giant hand and he's squeezing it. It hurts.
You must be out of your mind, degenerate drunk. Say it.
Your fist cracks in his hand like a ripe apple. Pain shoots up into your brain as he's twisting it more and more.
The words to the song have changed. Say, good. Now leave before you humiliate your homoerotic organization any further.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't force us into situations where I may have to shoot random civilians, because that won't get us anywhere. I'm not even sure the one bullet my chamber holds would even prick that hook.
The lieutenant groans. That's right. You should do it again.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have a...
Oh boy, hold up. We can increase our odds to a little bit higher. But I'm punching this racist prick out.
I guess getting past the man ain't that simple after all. So, what now? Sorry. Is wiretapping or calling in tactical air support? I get it.
Something changes in his disposition.
All right, I may have some advice. First, don't...
Maybe that would work.
You know.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the Union bot.
Nice aggression with the native. Don't let the chief fool you next time. You don't need to be that up in his face. Leave yourself space to move.
Not bad advice, actually. This might do the trick.
Let's talk about our right to work. You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down? Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Right to work! Besides, we're not that different. It helps.
I'm gonna go punch the guy's daylights now. This has gone on far enough. We've entertained the prick's ideology, and the only way we're solving this is the way Kiryu solves everything, punching. I don't think our cop here is Kiryu, but one good punch is all I need.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
It has happened.
I am gonna get that.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last
God
saw you.
damn it.
You have really let yourself go. Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have
Okay,
really
one of
let
these will
yourself
succeed.
go.
I ain't letting this go. Okay, I might be a little more motivated to go for more than 2 hours.
Your race descent has only worsened
Yes!
since I
Gotcha.
last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
Alright, this is
Just
it.
like that, instinct took over. A solid strike straight into his throat, into the cartilage. You could swear you felt the soft palate break.
Alright, I've done enough boxing style
man
to
is
Yakuza
reeling,
going.
gasping for air.
Enough
Time
boxing in
stands
Yakuza to
still
know where
around
this
you.
is going.
In the distance, the sounds of the harbor are falling silent. All you hear is a small gurgling sound as a trickle of blood appears on the man's lip.
Let's do this. Yeah! Prick.
The man lands with a dull thump, like a broken down puppet of muscles and sinew. For a moment, he still tries to keep his head up, dazed eyes looking at you with unimaginable surprise. To your left is the button.
Alright, you know what? Let's get funky.
As you slam your
Disco
fist
Inferno.
on the button, the man collapses entirely, his head rolling to the side.
Looks like you're the new measurehead now.
Her voice is surprisingly calm.
No one is the new measurehead. Let's go before he gets up.
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint. From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights, and they solve shit. Yeah, you have. You're a big dick cop, Dick Mullen.
You're
Sam
a big
Rockefeller,
dick
badass on the edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world. Here we go. Camera, lights. With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you along with it. In an iconic monochrome solution, a black silhouette against a rasterized orange world. It's on.
Woohoo!
An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. Numerous empty wine bottles glisten in the rain. Someone partied really hard here.
Well, yes, I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you. Yes, this scene isn't exactly ripping with joy. Let's just move on.
I need to head back somehow. Wait, what am I doing over here? Ah. There we go.
Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you. A typical power play. Wait for him to speak first. Show him you've got a backbone. The one good eye of this man fills you up without even flickering. The other, his lazy eye, is constantly moving like a goldfish in a tank, grotesquely magnified by his +6 glasses. Amblyopia, a childhood condition. For a moment, you don't know where to look. It is unbearably humid in the trailer. Beads of sweat slide down the man's forehead. At first, nothing happens. His face wears a wide and self-satisfied smile. Every now and then, he smacks his big lips. Like a general over his maps, he plots his moves. Judging by the way he's licking his chops, it's going to be a good one.
So, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi, how nice that you found a moment to pay a visit to the Debardairs Union. I'm Everard Clare, head of this little operation here.
Dubois? Wait, that's our name?
Please, have a seat.
The folding chair looks like a torture device. Extremely uncomfortable.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist.
It's nothing. Yes, that's probably right. It's nothing. Forget about it. Filter it out. He's trying to throw you off your game with this Dubois nonsense. Don't give him the pleasure.
Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions. I, too, have convictions. One of which is that I will not engage with any man who won't face me at eye level. Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly resume our conversation. But until then, I'm afraid I must ask you to leave.
Damn, that's a nasty play. He's got you, a titan of volition, in a fork. Guess you just have to sit or leave.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another. So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
There's something I'm curious about. Okay, there is definitely something I'm curious about. Can I avoid the chair?
Before you is, with great atypical power play. Wait for him to speak first. Show him you've the one good grotesque amblyopia. For a moment, you don't know where. At first, like a general.
Sir, Mr. Dubois, please.
The folding.
You go ahead.
Whatever. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff?
Please, Mr. Dubois.
He's trying to throw you off your game with this
Very well, Miss. I, too, have Should you find yourself more amenable...
Damn. That's a nasty play. He's got you.
Mr. Dubois, I hope time is on your side this time. Please, take a seat.
No good. Let's try speaking first.
Before you, with great atypical power play. Wait for him to speak.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm Everard. I'd offer you my hand, but
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny fold...
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has it, forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibe.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. So tell me, how can the head of the...
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense. It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it.
Man, I'm higher than this.
Okay. I respect a man with principles. No handouts, then. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only 2 words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun. When he said, "Don't worry," he actually meant, be very worried.
I know everything, Harry. Right now, I know that you're worried. Don't be worried. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Clare's help with this.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Fudge! This is not good. Wait, how do I see? Will this work? I wonder.
Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great atypical power play. Wait for him to speak first. Show the one good grotesque amblyopes for a moment. You don't know where to look. His look goes from steely to inquisitive. A broad, self-satisfied grin crosses his wide face.
Welcome, Mr. I'd offer you my...
He looks extremely...
You go ahead.
Whatever. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Let's see. I gotta know.
Have a good...
Okay, you know what? I think I need to do some quests. Might not want to be here right now. I think I need to level up at least one more time. So let's see. Right, I keep forgetting. Sometimes you gotta level up these things. Oh, wait.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here. The white rectangle of the Revachol Citizens Militia is clearly visible on its back. This is your cloak. You can feel it.
Yes, it does bear the RCM insignia, and we are the only detectives in Martinaise. The service cloak issued to you by your station? Yes, I do.
As your fingers touch the tarpaulin, it almost feels like the cloak wants to deliver a message of comfort through your fingertips. I will shield you from the elements and give my life for yours. That's what the cloak is relaying.
I gotta find the pawn store. But I guess first things first, we gotta get out of here.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go. Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
Just like that, the man, all you hear is a
Okay.
The man lands with a dull thump, like a broken down puppet of muscles and sinew. For a moment, he still tries to keep his head up. As you slam your...
Looks like...
Avoid no one.
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye. Make it so... From a distant sunset. Yeah, you have. Yeah, this is the beginning of your... With a sudden flash.
Okay then, let's maybe go investigate other matters before I push a little too far.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
It's the jam, my man. It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating. An all-around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Mazout is an antiquated term for heavy fuel oils. This man has a barely suppressed performative streak. Or he just likes unusual words. Or both.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
Behind the laugh, however, a touch of sorrow.
So tell me, what do you need? Ah, man. Me and narcotics go way back. Had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know? But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man? Hey, man, that's serious criminal talk. Are you trying to pull some sort of an entrapment thing on me?
Entrapment is a practice whereby an officer of the law induces a person to
well,
commit a
that's not
criminal
gonna work
offense
out.
that the
Let's
person
see.
would have otherwise been unlikely to commit, usually through some trickery, persuasion, or fraud.
Then what's your deal here?
So much for subtlety. Better get straight to the point.
We have a credible lead, sir. Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment from the harbor to load it on their lorry and drive it to Jamrock.
Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folks up in arms, and I'm afraid it's headed toward a conflagration. Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those questions.
We wouldn't say he's lying, sire.
Don't be a stranger.
So it's not him. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, right. I need the city map. I'd better go get on that before it's too late.
The tear machine stands in the court. Your bottles clunk into the machine. Do you know what you should do with that money, kiddo?
No, we are not buying more alcohol. We need to buy a fucking map.
All around you, rain, the spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting. Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hat. Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world. Your shirt sticks to your chest. The shoulders of your disco blazer grow heavy. The cold finds its way in under your skin. You shiver, and the city shivers with you. Sheets of rain over the water, a flight of stairs leading into the ocean. Wave after wave washing the coast of Martinaise, with its motorboats and gently swaying reeds. The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Revachol. Ghosts rise into the sky. Your hair is an oily mess flecked with ash from neighboring coal plants. Smokestacks rise somewhere in the distance.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. You should get a raincoat. There's a freight to the east. They sell them there.
Ooh, fingerless gloves. Oh, hey, Daemon. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing here.
If you don't mind, please put the flashlight away.
Photonic sensitivity is not generally acknowledged by the medical establishment.
Okay, we gotta take that flashlight off.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
I haven't had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about inconsistent law enforcement.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored.
I'm not taking
As you
all
can
of
see,
them.
I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from. It keeps me entertained.
Entertained? He might be high. If he is, on what?
Let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Let's see. Let's sell this filament memory. Alright. We got some good money out of all that.
Another time, perhaps.
Alright. We'll talk with this guy later. I have something I want to do. We gotta head back to that hotel. Also, I should get a map of Revachol. This is gonna be kind of bad if I don't.
The dented yellow mailbox. A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
Alright, we did bug the lady last time. Let's see if we can go find a map at least. Somewhere.
Shelves full of biographies of...
That's not what I need.
Shelves filled to the brim with crime.
Surely there's something else here.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature. Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance. These three things are very important to the working class mind. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services. It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to, and which costs more than this book, is garbage, and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything. Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place. The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver. And there's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using duck gallbladder, preservatives, to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre and post factum apply. Nothing worth buying. This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this? The throbbing in your head increases with every passing moment you gaze at this shelf. Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The title of it reads, Medicinal Purposes of the Pearl. The book contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific therapies, alternative medicines, and folk remedies involving the Pale, also known as le territoire. For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venik, or hand broom, made from the leafy twigs of a young birch tree from the near Pale. It is supposedly invigorating and good for the circulation. It also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or whiskey that have been aged in the Pale.
That sounds kind of
Readers are instructed
dangerous.
to cover these jars in a shallow hole just inside the Pale and leave them there for 30 to 60 days, depending on the potency desired. Among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health. That seems improbable. Is it any more improbable than anything else that human beings put their faith in? For general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls through the Pale, though a sidebar cautions readers to limit each stroll to less than an hour. These strolls promise to cleanse the mind of worries and the body of toxins, especially if the perambulator performs this ritual in the nude. Nudity figures prominently in a number of these prescriptions. This is exactly what you need. Andropanetic nudism? That's insane. That's beyond dangerous. There's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligations. You close the book and return it to its place on the shelf.
Let's not. What I really want to do is get a map. It's here somewhere. Ah, hell with it. Let's see what we got here.
A small mountain of...
What's over here?
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the...
There, not there. Hell with it.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of game.
There's gotta be a way to buy a map.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime.
It's gotta be here somewhere. Wait, this might be it.
Several maps have been attached
Hey,
to a bulletin board
there's the
hidden
maps.
inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinaise.
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinaise is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinaise is 90 cents, though. That old thing? It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps.
The place does not look like a successful tourist trap, does it?
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinaise up. All these ruins are bad for business. Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
Now we have some good idea as to where the hell anything is. Okay, now that we're, actually have a map, let's go figure out Joyce's, problem here.
The worn and beaten wooden
We can sit on benches after we've...
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is...
G'day to you, officers.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife.
Alright, hold on. There was something I needed to do.
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile. It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter, some cigarettes, and food money.
I need to find the third driver. The question is, where is said third driver?
Looking for something? Isn't it obvious? Fucking Sealang. That beady-eyed is a Samaran. Just follow the smell.
Yes, yes.
Looks like his tribe are natural liars. It's in...
I wouldn't be so sure about it. Not until we've heard what Sealang himself has to say.
Guess so.
Okay, where's Sealang? I should probably figure that out too. Oh, wait. Wait, no. I think I know where he is. Hold on. I must have missed him, like an idiot. But, alright. I think he's down here somewhere. Wait, he's this guy, isn't he?
You see a Samaran street vendor surrounded by a motley assemblage of goods. When he realizes you're looking at him, his face breaks into a wide, welcoming grin. The name Sileng is embroidered over his breast pocket.
Happy shopping, officer! Everything's cool here. Everything's cool. The goods are cool, the customers are cool, the place is cool. And one more thing, officer.
From out on the bay, a cool wind gathers. It sweeps into the city, tugging at the textiles hanging around the stand. Some distance away, the sound of a tin can clattering across the street can be heard.
You're very cool. Bang, 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 bang! Oh, yes! You got style. You got personal style. You know what you like. You like premium menswear. Look around and browse. Everything looks cool on a guy like you. Take your time.
Don't be distracted by the flattery and funny man act. Questions.
Everything's still cool here.
No need to.
I want to see if I can succeed on rhetoric on this guy.
Everything's still cool here.
Start with a little compliment, then work your way up from there. This is about business, remember.
Oh, okay. But why, officer? An investment? What kind of investment?
Gotta pump the prime, man.
Fair point. You can't have a successful business without a loyal customer base. How much is your loyalty worth? What? Only a $5? You can't even buy a pack of Royal Extras with that. Let's make this one stick, my man.
God, a pack of Royals would taste so good right now.
10 Real is a bargain for that kind of investment. You got it, my man.
Wow, I cannot believe I just did that. I mean, but hey! An extra 10?
Everything's still cool here, officer. Drugs? I don't go in for that, officer. Drugs ruin lives. Unless you're into drugs, of course. In which case, drugs are excellent. Mwah! That's very cool. I don't like drugs either. I only said I do because I didn't want to sound lame. Peer pressure. That's even cooler. You investigating narcotics crimes like that? But I am not a lorry driver. I'm just a street vendor. I don't know anything about that.
A blatant lie, sire. Yet he tells it with such conviction. We'd believe him if we didn't know better.
Who said that? It's the fat racist, right? I bet it's him. He has an agenda against me because I'm an immigrant who works harder than he does. He's a hater.
So you admit you're a lorry driver?
No, I just said I work harder and he's an asshole. I'm...
Sileng, you're digging yourself into a grave here. You're also $10 shorter, so you might as well give it up, my man.
Okay, maybe I'm a lorry driver too. A little. But that's not the most important thing about me. That's my day job. This is my dream. Exactly. It's such a small part of my life. It's in the rear view mirror now. I'm climbing out of that hole with ingenuity. No! That's insane. It's the fat hater. He's been eyeing me for a week and he sent you here. Maybe he's the one, huh? Have you thought about that? Nothing. I told you. I'm not a dumb guy. I don't get involved with that crowd.
And what crowd is that?
Crowd? You know, the drug crowd?
No, he wasn't talking about an abstract crowd. It was that crowd. He doesn't want to talk about them. He's afraid.
Look, there's bad people doing bad things here. That's all I know. Please don't get me into this mess. I've spent 15 years working my way up.
Here we go. There's a tiny bit of truth on the table. Zoom in on it.
Let's get a little bad cop here. Ah, man. I got to punch out someone and I'm gonna be a douche. No, okay, I shouldn't be happy about that, but still.
It's a she, okay? The other drivers call her the lady driver. You're better off staying away from her. The way they talk about her, she's no lady. I don't know. Maybe. If she is, I haven't gone near her. I don't get involved. I told you.
It could be. She was strange. He's not ruling her out.
All right. I scored. Let's cap this off with a purchase. You can walk away from here with funky sunglasses, detectives. Both of you. You deserve it.
Okay. Well, there is one thing I want to do, though. That's probably going to require a shit ton of rerolls. Oh, wait. I gotta call in Alice.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Yes. The armor was produced by Fairweather in their facilities in Bétancourt, sur la Clé in 42. It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie, a security firm contracted to protect the interests of Oranese pharmaceutical companies in the Seminine conflict. So, it seems the armor went to Seminine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Even the firm has proven difficult to track. Corps de Pharmacie has been renamed several times over in the years since the armor was issued. The most recently registered firm that the ICP has been able to connect to the CDP is a military contractor called Trinell, and the one before it was Downwell. I think they might be the same contractor.
A suit of armor like this would have been manufactured with a particular person's physique in mind. You should ask for whom this suit was fitted.
Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records. I could try to talk them into it, though.
This is a fun challenge for her. An opportunity to contribute beyond doing her job by rote. She'll gladly put in the extra effort for Team RCM.
Glad to help. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have more for you then. 57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering.
Okay, well, that... Alright. We gotta explore the back rooms now. Which also means it's time to re-roll really hard.
Behind the dock workers, nothing.
Hey, at least it's not a minus 12 debuff.
Behind the dock workers, nothing.
It's here. I know it's here. Come on. There's gotta be something
Behind
here.
the dock workers, nothing. Behind the dock workers.
Come on.
A ceiling height, nothing.
You will succeed, damn it. I don't care if it's a 3% chance.
Behind the dock workers, nothing. Behind the dock workers, nothing. Behind the dock workers, a ceiling height window, nothing.
Yikes, that 8% though. Pretty rough.
Behind the dock workers, nothing.
I'll get my double 6.
Behind the dock workers, nothing. Behind the dock workers, Nothing. Behind the dockworkers. Nothing.
Come on. Come on, game. Don't do this to me.
Behind the dockworkers. Nothing.
Man, my odds have improved, but not by much.
Behind the dockworkers. Nothing.
Man, this perception roll is rough.
Behind the dockworkers. Nothing. Behind the dockworkers. Nothing.
Okay, come on.
Behind the dockworkers. A seat. Nothing. As before.
Yikes.
Behind the dockworkers. Nothing. As
What's this weirdo cop?
behind the dockworkers. Nothing.
Uh-oh. Please don't crash on me, game. I don't need this to crash on me now.
Nothing. Behind the dockworkers. Nothing.
Okay, there's a lot of nothings, but I gotta win this one.
Behind the dockworkers. Nothing.
Oh, come on.
Behind the dockworkers. A ceiling height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like nothing.
How did I encounter an error? That's very concerning.
Behind the dockworkers. Nothing. Behind the dockworkers. Nothing. Behind the dockworkers. Nothing.
Well, at least the shortcut's coming in handy, because I'm gonna need to retry this quite a bit.
Nothing.
Okay, as long as I see the green tint, I know I've won.
Behind the dockworkers. Nothing. Behind the dockworkers. Nothing.
Damn, I might just go do the other task.
Behind the dockworkers. Nothing.
Come on. Just roll the double 6. That's all I need. Thank goodness this ain't a D20.
Behind the dockworkers. Nothing. Behind the dockworkers. Nothing.
What's this?
Behind the dockworkers. Nothing. Behind the dockworkers. Nothing.
Come on.
Behind the dockworkers. Nothing.
Gah. This thing's gonna fail for a while.
Behind the dockworkers. A ceiling height window. The hawthorn branches. Nothing.
Please roll green before this night ends.
Behind the dockworkers. Nothing.
Damn, so close.
Behind the dockworkers. Nothing.
Oh, wow, that is abysmal.
Behind the dockworkers. Nothing. Behind the dockworkers. Nothing.
Damn. Okay, I can do this.
Behind the dockworkers. Nothing.
It will work eventually.
Behind the dockworkers. Nothing.
Admittedly, I could also just remake my character and have better stats in certain places, but
Behind the dockworkers. Nothing. Behind the dockworkers, nothing.
Man, if I'm re-rolling this hard, I wonder if I'm ready for Baldur's Gate at this point.
Dockworkers, nothing.
Wow, that is just critical fail.
Behind the dockworkers, nothing. Behind the dockworkers, nothing.
Ah, damn! This 8% is not wanting to go my way.
Behind the dockworkers, nothing. Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers.
I wonder if there's an alternative method.
Nothing.
Yikes.
Behind the dockworkers, nothing.
This perception check sure is rough.
Behind the dockworkers, a seat, nothing. Behind the dockworkers, nothing. As
Okay, you know what? Let's go to the rooftop. I wonder. There has got to be better ideas than this.
the pile of Eternite looks stranger now that Kuno told you about his pad. Because, unless Kuno lied, you should just be able to pull the panels aside. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
So this is the shack Kuno mentioned. Let's take a look inside there.
Okay, I need to get on that rooftop somehow. That's one thing for sure. Next is talking to that pale lady.
There must be another way into the building.
Whoa!
Hey, what's that noise down there?
I remember getting on that rooftop once. I just don't remember how I did it, though. here we go. Okay. Oh wait, right. I should just explore Kuno's shack. What am I doing?
Be still, my beating heart. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder. There's a good, vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professionally, I mean.
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However, but that there was an interesting find. An alternative path into the harbor that the kid uses. Well done.
Okay, there's gotta be a way up that roof. I know there's a way up that roof. And Claget's there, so, no avoiding it there. Probably one of the doors. Wait, no. Is that rooftop door? Wait. Damn it. I'm forgetting how to access the rooftop. This is kinda embarrassing. Let's see. Okay. You know what? Okay, you know what? Forget it. Let's continue. I am... Okay. I think I have an idea. Or, well, it's the same idea with perception checks, since, I'm clearly all out of ideas. Wonder if I should get glasses. Maybe they'll help with the perception. That sounded a little dumb, but I don't know. With this game's logic, it might actually pan out.
You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing those clothes. Keep saving that economy. You keep coming back.
No good. All you can come up with are some treated wool.
Damn.
You keep coming back. That's
No good.
Okay, I thought there were gonna be some glasses around here, but I guess not.
You see two lowly, defeated speakers.
I can see you've a taste for luxury, officer.
There's a pile of...
You like sunglasses, officer?
Abort. These are hideous. What's more,
Damn, officer! You look like a mega secret spy.
they're perfect for concealing your bloodshot and baggy eyes.
No, you are definitely not buying those.
I like these sunglasses. You can't stop me,
No,
Kim.
I can't. We can't walk around with you looking like this. Okay, fine. Go ahead. If you want to look like a walking midlife crisis, then who am I to interfere?
The lieutenant's reverse psychology forbidden doesn't work on you. If you want to look like a mega secret midlife crisis, that's your choice.
Okay, never mind. I thought those things would help with perception. I guess not. We'll have to do this the hard way. Which is re-roll an 8% repeatedly until I get a 6. That or I crash the game, so let's get to business. This is gonna suck, isn't it? Oh wait. Let's make a quick save.
Behind the dock workers, nothing as before. Just black.
Alright, I'm gonna win this. I have to get in. There's something behind here.
The dock workers, nothing.
What's this?
Behind the dock workers, nothing.
Damn, so close. Just one number off.
Behind the dock workers. Behind the dock workers, nothing. 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 Behind the dock workers, nothing.
Roll green.
Behind the dock workers, nothing.
Damn it, I really just want to give up on this.
Nothing.
But I've won 3% odds before.
Behind the dock workers, nothing.
Just a little bit more re-rolling.
Behind the dock workers, nothing. Behind the dock workers, nothing. Behind the dock workers.
Damn.
Behind the dock workers, nothing.
Dang it! 2 digits off.
Behind the dockworkers. Nothing. Behind the dockworkers. Behind the dockworkers. Behind the dockworkers. Nothing. Behind the dockworkers.
Wait! Oh no! I actually got the success here. God.
Behind the dockworkers. Nothing.
Fuck!
Behind the dockworkers. Nothing. Behind the dockworkers. Nothing.
Okay, I need to let the animation play. I just sabotaged myself there. I really jumped the gun.
Nothing.
But yes, we need the luck in the game to actually succeed here. Which is kind of bad, but, well,
Behind the dockworkers.
It worked once.
Nothing.
I can definitely do it again. Apparently 11
Behind
is what
the
I need.
dockworkers. A ceiling height window. Nothing.
Or I think 11 is actually the number I need
Behind
here.
the dockworkers. Nothing. Behind the dockworkers. Nothing.
Come on!
Behind the dockworkers. Nothing. Behind the dockworkers. Nothing.
Yeah, don't let me gamble.
Nothing.
This doesn't end well. I think the only gambling I'd be good at is blackjack anyway.
Behind the dockworkers. There's a yellow
There
ribbon
we
tied
go.
to one of the branches. Light yellow. Faded with time. A tiny splash of color in the blackness of the thicket. Hanging from it, a bronze key. Someone hid the key in the bush and attached a yellow ribbon to make it easier to find. It's close enough to the latch up there. One can slide it open and just take it. Surely not a coincidence.
Huh?
I don't know about that. I'm sorry, fucko. Looks like you're gonna have to go bush diving. Good fucking luck with that. The Hawthorne's got a bitch of a bite.
I'm gonna enjoy the sight of you in the bushes out there.
With a loud thud, the old man stands up, pushes the window open, grabs the key from the hawthorn branch and slides it across the table to you. The key is brass. Workshop spare is etched into its bow. The old man closes the window and sits back down in silence.
Thanks,
Come
old
on,
man.
We were just having some fun. Where's the harm in?
I'm tired of listening to your shit. Don't thank me. I don't give two shits about your key.
There is a silence around this man's words. Unlike Titus, they're afraid of him. That's the type of respect he commands.
Didn't even know it was there. Boys. No idea.
Never even seen it. Someone must have hidden it there before this room became our place.
It could open the door in the kitchen. The blue door. It says workshop spare. Maybe there's a workshop there?
It's worth a try.
Alright. We might, finally gonna solve the mystery.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. The key fits the dimple lock. It takes a bit of effort to turn it after all these years. But then, the lock clicks. Dust rises before you like mist. A tomb? Haunted by regal spirits from distant ages.
Let's go in.
Yes?
This small elevator is dimly lit. by a bulb that's been glowing for ages. The latticed cage is open, inviting you to step inside. Smells of nougat and sweat. Your head brushes up against the ceiling. There is a control panel to your right, and just enough room for 2 people to fit in. There are large rectangular buttons, monter, descendre, and an international call for emergency assistance. That third one appears to be broken. A small steel plaque reads Halter 800. Halter is a Koningsteiner lift company who went out of business a long time ago.
Seems like a small freight elevator for transporting machinery. For that, it's pretty quaint.
Up we go. Let's see what's here.
The door is small but heavy looking. It's barred from the inside.
Unless we've veered off into a folded M dimension, I'm expecting to step out on the roof. We could ask Class about this route. See how she reacts?
Folded M dimension. A reference to the popular science fiction series, In System. Look who's in a good mood suddenly, and reads science fiction. Yes, it is quite likely that we will re-emerge on the M plane. Brace for psychokinetic impact.
Wait. Hey, hold up.
You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new.
Large prints, most likely made by Boots. The size is hard to determine. Sole could be bigger than Vamp. The soles have left a pattern, uniform, horizontal lines. Everything around you is quiet. The prints crisscross the workshop floor.
3 weeks maximum, from the dust coverage. It could easily have been 1 week too. You know, officer.
This is good. He likes it. There's a little smile there, in the dark of the workshop.
This isn't bad at all. It was a good idea to see where that door leads. Commendable work bringing us to this place. It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route, behind our rape victim's room, in the recent weeks. This may prove to be significant.
Hey, that's another one. Get speed from Kuno's up. You know what? I guess it might be time to go to Kuno's apartment and go. I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's time to get some speed. Boy, this is I'm setting a real good example for the kids here. Besides, each quest is 30 EXP. That's, Hey, wait a minute. We could have gotten to Everett. You know. Yeah, could have gotten to Everett this way. Holy. Let's see. Well, wherever that was. Oh wait, we should get down from here. Wait, how much more do I have until I get... Oh. Alright. This is gonna be bad, but it's time to speed run.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from it takes about half an hour. Hey, Kate, you were so... Leslie, the owner, you would think... Can you keep your... Threatening. Fine. It's plain to see from the files that you... Satellite... No. That's... He must have it. In the process, he came up, can't get out, which is also why the off... It would be... That's all you got. Who knows? Don't worry. One day, you may still catch the man. Some assholes brought their couch outside and... Insufferable. They were leaving cigarette butts. Cough. No. You didn't murder. Tom Joseph Mills didn't get off the pot. Not yet. Okay. So the case is handed to you because Mills isn't getting anywhere. Yeah. No one at Mills has no idea. See? You can't even read the thing without solving it. Yeah. It was that. Turns out hookah does do something. Smoking hookah. Not much has changed in the meanwhile.
Alright, we got our skill. It's time to level up Volition. I'm not reverting this. Might need it for a check. Okay, let's go interview Everett before the day ends. There's a role that I want to win on, but I don't need -2 composure. Nor do I really want to get damaged, so, let's get down to business. Alright, this is it. Ooh, what does this do for me? Oh yeah, alright. Got some shades.
Looks like this is your. As your fingers, I will shield you.
Alright. Let's actually not fuck it up.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud.
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table. It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man is young, dark-skinned, and dressed in a Royal Carabinieri uniform. The girl is smiling playfully at the camera.
Why did you take that? Fine, but let's move. I don't want to be seen snooping around here.
Okay. Alright, now
Before
I should be
you
able to
is,
do this.
with great atypical power play, the one good grotesquely amblyoped for a moment. You don't know at first, like a general.
Sir, Mr. Dubois, please, have a seat.
The folding.
You go ahead.
Whatever he had, forget about that. What's with this Dubois?
Please, Mr. Dubois.
He's trying to throw you off.
Very well. I, too, should you find yourself...
Don't give up, but don't leave either. You're going to have this conversation on your terms. You just need to remain headstrong. Everard starts whistling a little worker song. He really is trying to ignore you, or will you out of existence. The lieutenant stands right next to you, not showing any signs of impatience or boredom.
I see you are an extremely stubborn man, Mr. Dubois. That ain't necessarily a bad thing.
You did it. This might help against whatever comes next.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today? Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude it should be
Wow, that's 25 real. That's...
Okay, now...
His slug. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only 2 words escaped it when he said, "Don't worry." He actually meant, be very worried.
I know everything, Harry. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now.
Officer.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Who does this guy think?
Hey!
Ronnie the Rookie? You ain't worried about no lost gun, or unpaid bill, or forgotten name. You're the bad cop. You're probably more corrupt than him. You cross your legs and yawn. The fat man does the same, sinking deeper into his chair than one would think is physically possible. He seems to be enjoying your little display. Good. Now lean in with some corruption.
That we do, Harry. Let them say what they will about you and me. We're both born fighters. Why, thank you. It's always nice when a fellow professional appreciates your work.
That's it. Now kick back and add a final flourish. For dignity.
You strike me as a reasonable man, Harry. I like that in a lawman. Let's cut to the chase, shall we? What can Everard Clare do for you?
I think we'd like to ask you a few questions. Don't you think so, Detective?
Questions will show him
who's boss.
Whatever you do, don't ask him about the gun first. You don't want him thinking you're scared.
What? Harry, how could you say that to me? You know I appreciate a joke as much as any Johnny Fat Guy, but I can't take slander. Are you actually investigating this?
The reaction appears to be sincere, but it's impossible to tell with this guy, honestly.
You've hurt me, Harry. Me, a friend. But you know what? I trust you, like I trust all my friends. And I know you'll never talk to me about this again, because you don't want to wound me. So do what you want, and let's change the subject.
He's hiding his real reaction beneath courtesy.
Thank you for your understanding. We will continue to do what we must.
You too, Lieutenant. You know, I like you, but you never were my favorite. I'm a Harry guy. I'm Team Harry.
None taken. Did we have anything else to do here, Harry?
Am I going to ask? Hell, Harry. You spin-kicked my strongest man in the face. I saw it from my window. Would you ask a man like that how he got into your container yard? Don't worry, Harry. Between you and me, I'm not a huge fan of his race thing, but the Union did not get where we are today by frowning on eccentricity. Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it. Of course, let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everard, I call you Harry.
That's what the hanged corpse called you. Harry.
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I think the odds of that are very low.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is first.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder.
Words flow like a river of honey from his lips. I guess word has already reached him. No matter. No harm done.
Okay, I gotta find
Are you
this.
trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Asking too many questions will make you look weak. You should maybe focus on the folder. Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first.
I do have some good odds on that drama check.
Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
This translates into, haha, you guys are so corrupt.
I find that very suspicious. May I have a look?
I'm afraid this is meant for Union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand. Please continue, Harry. Of course, Harry, of course. Let's not linger on personal details and amnesia. You wanted something from me. Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate. Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white Union man. Take care, Harry.
Alright, it's time to quick save and...
Mr. Dubois.
Oh, I bet...
Let's hear it, Harry.
As you look at the folder, Everard covers it with his hand and pets it. Is he trying to hide that it's not a real RCM folder? It certainly doesn't have the RCM stamp on it.
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them.
He got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in Martinaise.
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very busy man, so is there anything else I can do for you, Harry?
That means he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being.
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on. Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinaise. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to discuss it with you. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me. But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines, incredibly talented at opening doors.
Let's play along with Everett here.
And I'm sure you're going to open this one with flying colors, Harry. This really is very simple, and there's nothing shady about it.
An excellent opportunity presents itself, sire. You could win the trust of the arch-liar, pretend to play into his hand. Then, should you wish, bend his efforts towards your own.
Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinaise. Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run around all day.
That's suspicious.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi. Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about. A loud, blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you. Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take our friendship to the next level. You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations. Hardened socialist. A real free thinker, too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is. One last thing, Harry. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door. Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very, very busy, you see. I hope you're getting along. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Everyone is just pals here. Yes, we're all trying to do what's best for Martinaise. Don't feel like you shouldn't work with her just because you and I are such good friends. I'm not a jealous guy.
Whoa, that's so nice of him. Suspiciously nice.
I'm just a nice guy, Harry. I wouldn't be where I am now if I wasn't nice. Politics is all about emotions, and I want you to have positive emotions when you think of me.
Okay then. Positive emotions it is. You like positive emotions.
What do you mean, Harry? Nothing. I let him go. He's an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his family. God knows how long he's got left. Harry! I have little people in my organization. I would never call someone a midget. What is this?
What?
Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry. I'm only kidding, Harry. You're not a midget. No one is. We're pals. Vanished? Harry, the woman left her casserole in the oven and couldn't make it here in time for the voting. Oh, did I leave my casserole on? Better go home and check. The election can wait. When she got back, the whole thing was over.
Wait, there was no mention of a casserole from Joyce.
Harry, Harry, Harry. Do not fixate on this little matter. Maybe it was a rabbit stew, or a hairdryer, or an iron. The point is, her heart wasn't in it. Mine was.
If it's spilled blood you're looking for, then there certainly isn't any in his expression or demeanor now.
Yes, yes. Low-balling, of course. This isn't a casino, Harry. Real people, real livelihoods are at stake here. But everything's a casino for those rich types.
Boy, this is getting juicy.
His expression makes it clear. This is childish and irresponsible behavior.
If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator would. And I just don't have anything to discuss with a bad negotiator.
He doesn't want to see her. It's as simple as that.
Of course, Harry. Let me just assure you one more time. It's perfectly okay to share anything we discuss here with this Joyce. This is a completely transparent organization. I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business, and I respect your privacy. Just remember, none of this is secret. Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun. Tell her about everything. Everett doesn't mind.
It is rather interesting to tell people things about each other, isn't it? It was nice telling him about her right now.
Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Damn it, Harry. That's exactly what it means. I'm only kidding, of course.
Of course. I understand. We help you, you help us.
See you soon, Debarder. Just kidding, but not too much.
Oh. Well. That is quite a few things we've accomplished here. Let's get out of this slime ball place. Oh, hey, some coin. Whew. Okay, let's get out of here. Well, at least we didn't fail all of those checks. Because that would have been pretty rough. Okay, it's time to wrap this up. I will see y'all tomorrow morning. As much as I want to go on, I think I'm hitting my limit here. So, well, that was quite a lot figured out. And damn, I didn't know Harry had... Oh, okay. Well, we know our pro tag's name now. I didn't know the man had the moves, though, to do a friggin' 360 roundhouse. My, oh my. Anyways, I'll see y'all tomorrow for pretty much a whole bunch of adventure games. So, take care, everyone.